Hey, my YouTube family, it's your girl Tracy Nicole, and I'm back with another one. I wanted to talk today about health, being of an older age, and health, and how it is very true when they say health is wealth. It's very, very true. So sometimes when age kind of creeps up on you, when you were younger, you could take hits. You could miss a few doctor's appointments, not go to the doctor when it came to certain things, or if you felt certain things, you didn't go to the doctor. You just, hey, your mother always say, drink some Robitussin, slap some Vicks on it, slap a Band-Aid on it, and it would be okay. But now, as we are getting older, we must take care of our bodies, especially women, especially because all our lives, all we do is take care of other people, our children, if you have a mate, the pets, you have your parents, you're helping out the people on the job, and we tend to forget about ourselves. So today, I wanted to talk about how going to your doctor's appointments, taking care of not just physical health, but mental health as well. But more of physical. This video is going to be more about physical. So, back when I was in my 30s, I started having a lot of female issues. I'm not sure if it came from products, feminine products, or things like that I used. But I was always severely anemic, had horrible menstrual cycles, it was really bad. They said I had fibroids, excuse me, the cysts, things of that nature, and they didn't want to, at least the doctor at that time that I had, he was an excellent doctor. He didn't want me to have a hysterectomy in my 30s. I only have one child, and I always told him I was one and done. But he said, it doesn't matter. Your life can change. You can get married. You can want something different for yourself and decide that you want to have a child. So finally, when I hit 40 years old, I went ahead and I opted to have a hysterectomy, which threw me at 40 years of age, 40, 41. It threw me into early menopause. And that's a whole different video, a whole different monster or beast that I would like to do a video on and talk to you women about, of how I navigated that. But after that, that was my second major surgery. My first one, I had an appendectomy with appendicitis. That was horrible, but that's neither here nor there. So that was my first major surgery. It was very scary time. Got through it. They opened me up. They found out I had advanced endometriosis, so they couldn't save anything. But I'm grateful that I made it through. But at that point in my life, in my 40s, my mother really instilled, hey, this is when you really want to start taking care of your body. You need to take care of the major appointments that you need to take care of. Also another thing is my grandmother, when I was 18, she died. She was about 56 years old. Still very young. Now that I look back on it, I'm like 6 years away from being that age, and she died of breast cancer. But it came from her not going to the doctor, not checking. She had a lump and she never checked it. So I say that to say this: please make sure that you take care of your health, because it doesn't matter if you have millions of dollars. Ask Steve Jobs. He wasn't here to see the advancement of Apple and how things went, because he's not here. All of his accomplishments. Take care of yourself. I do my yearly mammograms. When I hit 45, I had my first colonoscopy, which they say you should have every 10 years. Crazy thing. This year, even though I've taken care of the other things as far as my breasts and going to the OBGYN, This year was my first year just doing a physical. First of all, I was on the list for months. Like, just to get a primary care physician is crazy. So I went to him about some concerns, some of my weight concerns. But I am just an advocate of making sure. Another thing, eyesight, I feel is the big thing. After you get a certain age, stop messing with these fly-by-night eye doctors that just hire anybody off the street to check your eyes. Okay? My mother lost her vision in one of her eyes from retina detachment. And then she was in her early 60s. And then she didn't get the proper care that she needed, so she lost sight. Her peripheral vision in the eye, she can see, but it's like shadow. So these are some of the things that really are preventive care. If you ever see floaters in your eye, you keep waking up every morning and it's just like floaters or flashes or bursts of just things floating around in your eye, you need to go to a special eye doctor where you live, not any of these places that are in Target, which some of them might have good optometrists that might be able to catch something, but you need to go to a place where this is, you know, they specialize in these things. If you're very nearsighted, retina detachment as you get older it normally really hits people who are very nearsighted. I'm very nearsighted. My mother's very nearsighted. So if you're nearsighted, you can't see far. So if you have, you know, high medicine for contacts or glasses, then it's a very good likelihood that you possibly can have retina detachment. So find these doctors that specialize in the things it takes to care for yourself. Don't just go through and feel lumps and bumps and just say, oh, or whatever. And for men that are out here who just don't want to go to the doctor, you all, sometimes I can just be having conversations with my coworkers or just any man. Oh, I'm not going to let anybody, you know, I don't want to do a colonoscopy. What's that? Or they're not going to check me for prostate cancer. I don't want them touching back there. And it's like, really? Really? Would you rather go through having prostate cancer? Who wants to get sick if it was something that you could have found early? If you have children, if you have spouses, you just leave them out in the wild because you're afraid just to go get checked. I've never understood that part. Or I never understood that, you know, I saw something on Instagram where a doctor claims that, hey, having a mammogram every year is putting you at risk for, because you're being exposed to, I guess, the radiation from them checking, that it can exacerbate you into having cancer. And I'm like, I saw all of these comments. I don't know what's going on. I'm going to continue to do it every year for myself because I have a history of breast cancer in my family. And like I said, my grandmother passed from it. So I've been getting my breast checked now for 10 years and nothing. I don't know. I mean, I'm not in front of radiation all the time. So I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I'm just giving my personal opinion, views of that sometimes we can get so caught up out here with our jobs, like I said, with our kids, all of these things, stuff is constantly knocking at your door that you just don't take the time to take care of your health. You know, the next journey for me is to lose a few pounds. I can stand to lose about 15 to 20 pounds, especially after I was thrown into early menopause. My metabolism changed for the worse, and then the cravings and a lot of other things that come with it. That's, like I said, that's a whole nother video. But, self-care, part of self-care is not just relaxing with a Mai Tai on the beach somewhere and just relaxing. Self-care is a part of caring for your body. God gave us one body to be able to take care of. And we have access to these things here in America. There are some places they don't have access to health care for simple things that they are, dying from. And I won't advocate having certain vaccines. Some people don't believe in that. And that's understandable. And everybody has the right to make their own decision when it comes to those things. So I honestly get that. I won't push that. But I am asking for you all to make sure that you do the things that embodies self-love, self-care, which is caring for yourself. You have to stop and take the time. Don't let these jobs run you into the ground. Oh, I can't miss time, or I can't do this, or you get so enmeshed in the job that you forget the appointment. There's so many things that happen, and then we might end up paying for it at the end. But really, it's more about knowing your body, knowing that things are changing. You don't want to be paranoid, but you want to be proactive when it comes to these things. So, why not? Health is wealth. We need to take care of ourselves. We only have one body. Make the appointment. If you can't make the appointment, ask somebody to help you make the appointment. If your spouse is better at getting these things together, making the appointment, and you just show up with the insurance card, do that. Have them look out for you. Or if you're the person that is good at doing that, do that for your spouse. And let them just show up to the doctor's office, and let them call you 50 million times and ask you questions just to, get the information and give to the front desk attendant so that you can go to the appointment. But definitely eyes, prostate, colonoscopies. Those are some of like the big things on the list. And still your OBGYN, definitely, for women and for women and men, your yearly checkup. They can check different things on you. Let's make it a habit of getting into a routine yearly for these things. So, hey, at least if something bad comes out of it, or a bad notification comes out of it, you know how to face it. Gone are the days of old where people are talking about, oh, I go to the doctor, there was nothing wrong with me, and I go to the doctor, and now, I got stage 4 cancer because I went to the doctor. Like, that's crazy to me. Or I'm just gonna, take a holistic method and and I'm just not gonna. Why? And if you don't have insurance and you need insurance, you got your local state department to try to help you with that. I know, I have my own private insurance, so through my job, but there are state benefits. Even, I've seen certain things as far as women with mammograms. They have free grant programs or free places that will assist you with that. Here, where I live in Virginia, they have a state hospital. Hey, when you go into the portal, it says, hey, if you can't pay for the bill or whatever, they'll help you with that. They have it right there. You need assistance with this appointment. So there's a lot. I don't care if you got to catch the bus or whatever. All of that is not going to matter. The job ain't going to matter. None of this is going to matter if you get super, super sick over something that was preventative. Now, if you go out here and you get hit by a bus, that possibly could have been preventative if you were not walking with your hair down with a set of headphones on. But I'm just saying, you get what I'm saying. Certain things, you get into a terrible accident, you end up in the hospital. You can't help that. you know, you can't help that. But you can help when it comes to certain things and our eating habits. I'm trying to work on it too. Chocolate is gonna be the death of me, possibly. If they put me in the ground, just throw some chocolate up in there with me. Just throw it up in there. They be like, this girl, that you know, that is like part of my demise, is eating some good chocolate or anything with chocolate in it. So I'm working on it. Better eating habits. I hope when I do a few videos, maybe a month or so, that I would have slimmed down a little bit more. You know, will I get my 20-year-old body back? I look at my daughter and I'm like, she's always complaining over the fact she needs to gain weight, and I'm just like, ugh, I would love to be your size again. I didn't even know what I was thinking about back then. You're complaining about wanting to gain weight like you're too small? Girl, please. I want to have some of them problems. I need some of them problems. But anyway, once again, I want to thank you guys for rocking with me, rocking with the best, Tracy Nicole. And if you like this content and you want to help me grow this channel, please do not forget to hit the like and subscribe button. I appreciate you guys taking out the time to watch my video. And until next time, until we see each other again, stay safe out here. Stay safe. Stay safe. It's a crazy, crazy, crazy world. Until the next time. Later.